Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to yet another Second and 10 video. We are going to do a very special exhibition tribute game, and this is the George Mira tribute game between 1975 Jacksonville and 1974 Birmingham. Of course, you can probably guess they were not NFL teams. I mean, NFL's never been to Birmingham, and Jacksonville was 20 years away from getting a team. So, the main reason why is this guy. George Mira, born January 1942, died yesterday, December 9th, 2025. He played for four NFL teams. He played 5 seasons in the CFL and the World Football League as well. And he played for the Miami Hurricanes. Of course, the University of Miami in the 60s were definitely not the powerhouse they were in the 80s and 90s. As a junior in the Gotham Bowl against Nebraska at Old Yankee Stadium, like the first version of Yankee Stadium before the renovations, despite playing in -7 Celsius weather in front of a few thousand fans at Yankee Stadium, he threw for 321 yards, which was a Miami school record, but Nebraska won the game anyhow. The Canes lost to Syracuse in the Liberty Bowl. At the start of the 1963 season, he was actually on the cover of the Sports Illustrated's college preview issue. So he played for Miami and then was drafted in the second round of the NFL draft, 15th overall by the San Francisco 49ers. So, were there any other quarterbacks taken? Let's take a look. There were. Pete Bearhart, the star quarterback for USC in that 63 season, got taken by the Lions, but he didn't go anywhere. Bill Munson was taken by the Rams from Utah State. I think he went to the Lions, didn't he? Munson? I think he did. George Mira was the third quarterback taken. The first round in 74, well, they had Charlie Taylor, Hall of Famer, a running back. Well, he was a wide receiver, wasn't he, for Washington as well? Carl Eller from the Purple People Eaters went to the Vikings. Paul Warfield went to the Cleveland Browns. So yeah, George Mira went to the Niners as a quarterback. Jack Concannon went to Philly from Boston College, and he was nothing. But anyhow, yeah, he was picked 15th overall by the Niners, and the AFL picked him in the 18th round. So obviously he decided to go the NFL route. He played for the Niners from 64 to 68, then the Eagles in 69, then the Colts as a practice squad member in 1970, and was the backup in 1971 at Super Bowl VI to Bob Greasy and all that. So he was back up to John Brody in San Francisco primarily. I mean, John Brody's an icon. His number 14 retired by the Niners. Of course, everyone remembers the whole Jim Marshall wrong way run. He picked up the fumble, went the wrong direction for 2 points. Mira was the quarterback. He actually threw a option pass to the quarterback who was Billy Kilmer. That Kilmer fumbled, and then Jim Marshall got the ball, but they ran the wrong way. So yeah, I forgot George Mira was the backup in Super Bowl VI in 1971. That was almost the game I was going to do, Super Bowl VI, but have the 71 Dolphins play the 71 Cowboys, but have both teams use their backups. Mira then, after leaving the Dolphins, after losing Super Bowl VI, went to Montreal and played for the Alouettes. In 1973, he had 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Unfortunately, though, he wasn't the main quarterback for Montreal for long, as Sonny Wade and Joe Barnes took over for the Alouettes. After all, I am an Alouettes fan. With Birmingham in in the new World Football League in 1974, he was MVP of their championship game victory. The only champion in World Football League history was Birmingham. He had 2,248 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Birmingham would fold, and then he went to Jacksonville and had 12 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. But the league would fold before the second season ended. So that's pretty much why I'm doing the World Football League. Because, well, come on, the World Football League gets no love, actually. And for good reason. I mean, Toronto almost had a World Football League team, but legislation prevented that from happening. Myra would play 6 games for the Argos as a player coach. Did I know that? And the Argos signed Clint Longley, too. So, yeah, he operated a food concession in Coral Gables and had a Key West restaurant called George Meyer's Pizza Huddle, which was a haven for post-game celebrations for baseball. He died at 82. His son, George Meyer Jr., was an All-American at the University of Miami, but I think he had personal problems George Myra Jr. So anyway, let's look at this. Yes, I know George Myra will be the quarterback for both teams, but come on, it's George freaking Myra, and it's the World Football League. So I'm gonna give them their every dog has their day. I'm gonna give the World Football League its day. I will. Jimmy Edwards and Charlie Power running the ball. Dennis Holman out for champions, future Atlanta Falcon. Jim Bradshaw receivers. Offensive line is Bob Wolf, Jim Crayville, John Matlock, Joe O'Donnell, and Paul Costa. Jacksonville's D line is Joey Jackson, Carlton Oates, Carl Tite, and Don Brown. Chip Myrtle, Ricky Brown, Fred Avenue linebackers, Fletcher Smith, Ab Ensley, Rob Cohenberger, Steve Foley.
First down.
First down, Harvard. Those A's kind of remind me of as the 70s. Try to go for 15. Tommy Weeman and Skip Johns running the ball. Steve Barrios, Wood Beckman, and his teams trying to catch those balls. Mike Haggerty, Larry Gagne, Howard Kingley, Tom Walker, and Sam Baker are your defensive line. Birmingham's D-line. Dick Trowler, Clarence Washington, John Andrews, Peter Crow, and Larry Estes. Warren Capone, Russ Baker, and Jimmy Keel, your linebackers. Cecil Leonard, Dickie Lyons, Brandon Lee, Gerald Williams.
First down. 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 good. First down. First down.
Flag on the play.
False start. Offense.
The kick is good.
First down.
Flag on the play.
Delay of game. Offense. First down. First down.
So Jacksonville's trailing, so Avery gets a
First down. First down. First down. First down.
Flag on the play.
Personal foul. Defense. First down. First down. First down.
Good.
Let's get the ball back to the fumble. That's Myra.
First down.
Flag on the play.
False start. Offense. First down. Touchdown. They keep playing for the Ravens. First down. Timeout defense. Timeout defense. First down. Timeout defense.
Birmingham Mira 9 for 35. Yikes, that's one out of very fucking way. 25 tackles, 13 yards. Jacksonville Mira 16 for 30, 194 and a touchdown. Even more worse for Birmingham Mira. 18-10. Jacksonville will do good job right against 19. So Birmingham won the game 19-18, and George Mira, rest in peace. World Football League loves you. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do